Welcome to The Explainer. Listen, today we're unpacking something highly classified and honestly incredibly time-sensitive. If you were born in 1979, or, even if you just work closely with someone who was, you need to pay close attention right now. We're looking at a hyper-specific playbook for August 2026. And just to be clear, this isn't about general market trends. We're talking about a macro financial intelligence briefing that targets your exact cohort. I want you to listen to this carefully and really let it sink in. Quote, if you were born in 1979, the first 15 days of August 2026 are not a time for passive reflection. They are an exact daily countdown to a structural reset of your wealth. Right now, at age 47, the universe is forcefully dictating a migration. It's pulling you out of institutional reliance and demanding a transition into sovereign asset ownership. This is basically your cosmic graduation ceremony, and the stakes for your financial independence have literally never been higher. Okay, let's dive into this by mapping out your exact position. We've taken these astrological concepts and grounded them into a concrete business framework. Think of it as a SWOT matrix specifically for the 1979 generation. Look at your strengths. Your primary capital asset class right now is your monetizable authority. That is your multi-decade professional reputation. But your weakness? It's risk fatigue and brute force execution. You might have this lingering Gen X urge to just, put your head down and outwork the problem in a safe corporate environment. But as we're going to see with the massive opportunities and threats hitting in August, working harder instead of automating, that's a massive liability. To navigate this escalating battlefield, we've got a 5-step agenda. 1. The pressure test. 2. The Libra Leverage. 3. Narrative Ingress. 4. The Liquidity Guard. And 5. Eclipse Metamorphosis. Now, these aren't long, luxurious quarters to strategize. We're talking about fleeting 24 to 48-hour execution windows. The logic here is totally sequential. You absolutely cannot launch your sovereign assets on day 12 if you haven't cleaned up your operational drag on day 1. Every single day builds the infrastructure you need to handle the explosive climax right in the middle of the month. So let's map out the battlefield before we dive into the trenches. Phase 1, August 1st through the 5th, the pressure test, forensic containment. During this low-visibility preparation window, the catalyst is the Sun in Leo forming a square to Uranus in Taurus. Whether you study the stars or you study the stock market, treat this neutrally. Treat it like a glaring macroeconomic indicator. This is a high-friction opening. It signals sudden market volatility or unexpected balance sheet surprises. It demands immediate defensive action. So, the crucial point is this: freeze and audit. That is your one and only mandate for these first 5 days. I seriously cannot stress this enough. Do not launch new products right now. Actually, scratch that. Don't deploy any new capital whatsoever. You are simply auditing your current position and preparing the ground for what's coming. Here is your rapid-fire checklist for this forensic cleanup. You need to review those balance sheets meticulously. Eliminate any recurring operational drag. If you have underperforming contractors, this is the week to fire them. Secure your private data loops and stress test your business software. Look, you're fixing back-end leaks right now because you simply cannot afford to have a compromised vessel when that massive influx of capital hits mid-month. Phase 2, August 6th through the 8th. The Libra Leverage, reclaim hidden equity. The energy shifts dramatically right here as we step into the boardroom for elite private diplomacy. What triggers this? Venus enters its home dignity of Libra. But crucially, and this is huge for anyone born in 1979, Venus is passing directly over your generation's natal Pluto. In our framework, this specific planetary transit is the absolute most vital relationship and partnership window of the entire quarter. It instantly unlocks hidden institutional leverage within your network. So, how do you execute on this? You follow these 3 steps. Step 1, get out there and host high-level private lunches. Step 2, renegotiate those equity splits and vendor terms that have been bothering you. And step 3, if you have capital tied up in legacy joint ventures or stalled partnerships, this is the exact moment to claw it back. You have to use absolute poise and total legal leverage to reclaim what's yours. Phase 3, August 9th and 10th. Narrative Ingress, premium position launch. Momentum really accelerates here as Mercury enters Leo. You're no longer in defensive observation mode. You are taking authoritative positioning. If you're a 47-year-old executive or business owner, you must immediately stop selling your time. Stop relying on brute force execution. Instead, use these 48 hours to pre-frame a category of one offer. You're selling elite judgment and high-ticket sovereignty now. You need to design an advisory or consulting framework and price it at least 30% higher than your current top tier.
Phase 4, August 11th, the Liquidity Guard. Protect the base.
Right as you prepare to launch your premium positioning, Mars enters Cancer, and the action becomes fiercely protective. The instruction here is simple but absolutely critical. Protect your liquidity. You must ensure you have dry powder, cash, or liquid assets that are entirely decoupled from traditional banking structures. Do not let market FOMO dictate your moves today. Legacy markets are going to look incredibly volatile. Just ignore the noise. Keep your powder dry.
Phase 5, August 12th through the 15th. Eclipse Metamorphosis, the climax.
This right here is the explosive payoff of our entire explainer. It is literally the single most powerful 48-hour window of the year. On August 12th, we experience a total solar eclipse at 20 degrees Leo, alongside a 4-planet Leo stellium. For the 1979 cohort, this forms a perfect supportive sextile to your natal Pluto, and this brilliantly illustrates how the universe is effectively blinding legacy institutions with a supercharged cosmic interruption. The old systems are glitching, leaving the territory wide open for independent experts to seize control. This is your green light for a structural exit and asymmetric launch. The cosmic gateway is wide open. This is the exact moment to pull the trigger on your most ambitious financial moves, because boldness isn't just encouraged today, it's mathematically and astrologically rewarded. Let's break this down by your specific role so you know exactly what to do. For the strategic investors, when the market panics on the 12th, step in and buy the dips on real-world asset infrastructure. For the business owners, take that premium category of one offer we just talked about and launch it directly to the top 5% of your network. Do not market to the masses. And for the corporate employees, treat today as Independence Day. Walk in and present your exit plan to transition your W-2 salary into a high-value external advisory retainer. Let's move to and see how this builds. As we enter the immediate aftermath, August 13th to the 15th, the initial shockwave of the eclipse settles. The cosmic fire turns into concrete administrative reality. Your goal now is to formalize the new pipeline. You capture this post-eclipse spillover by locking down these precise actions. Get those digital signatures secured on the contracts you just pitched. Finalize those real-world asset capital deployments before the market fully corrects. And begin formally onboarding the high-ticket premium retainers you secured mid-month. You're taking the leap from full-time corporate containment to total location and time sovereignty. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this critical question. As the dust settles on August 15th and you're feeling victorious, are your new sovereign pipelines strong enough to survive the massive structural purge coming during the August 28th lunar eclipse? The second half of August shifts from raw expansion to clinical surgical execution. You secured the territory, but keeping it? That's going to require a whole new set of rules. We'll be keeping a close eye on that next phase. But for now, you have your 15-day execution playbook. Time to get to work.